What's going on, guys? Good morning. Good morning. It's Dakota back with another live stream, and today is April 5th, 2021. Yeah, that's the year. But if this is your first time hopping on the live stream, every single Monday I hop on these calls at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to basically go over the charts that I'm looking at and any charts that are suggested in the live chat. Be sure to go over before the call ends. If you like this live stream, go ahead, hit that like button. Also, go ahead, hit the subscribe button to show support and keep up with future videos. Right? Regularly posting videos on Saturdays as of now, right? But ultimately, my goal is to post at least a new video every week. So, if you guys hopped on early, the early squad, you'll notice that I have a new schedule, not just Mondays at 7 a.m., but every single weekday at 7 a.m., right? Doing these live streams. And I'm testing it out to see how it is. Number one, to see if I like it and like doing these live streams on a daily basis. Also, number two, if you looked at the last video I uploaded on Saturday, which I'll put a card up here after I finish the live stream. But I had a problem with oversleeping, and that was due because I was out late. I was playing basketball and stayed a little bit later than what I should have. And as a way to get me out of bed, want to be held accountable for sticking to that schedule and see how it works over this month. So we'll see how it goes. But let's go ahead and let's go ahead and get into it. Let me bring up the chat. All right. For some reason my mouse doesn't want to move right now. There we go. I was just pressing too hard. All right, so two pairs I'm paying attention to for this week. I'm really just going to be paying attention to these two, at least right now, are GBPUSD and EURJPY. Sorry about the noise outside. That's either a bus or a dump truck. But these are two pairs I'm paying attention to because GN just hasn't been paying all year so far, and it's supposed to be my favorite pair. It's just not paying out, so I'm not gonna continue to expend time and energy on a pair that's I'm not really producing off of, at least on the higher time frames that I want to be paying attention to right now. And if you haven't noticed, the setups I'm really looking for at the moment are off the daily 4-hour and 1 hour. I haven't been too attentive on the 30-minute and 15-minute as of now because I want to take a step back from those. Because I've noticed on those time frames I tend to, when I get into drawdown, I tend to begin to overtrade on those time frames. So as a deterrent from that and to build up my patience, I'm focusing on these three higher time frames to take higher quality setups essentially. Now let's go over these pairs. The first one that we're going to go over is EURJPY. If you've been tracking with me, EURJPY, you'll know we're in a trade right now. We're holding from this low here, and price is here. We're looking for this high to actually be broken. My target is right at this level, but I would like to see price break that area and continue further up. Now, a setup that I'm currently paying attention to, which I'll send out before I dig into this markup, is this one here. This possible buy setup here, and obviously like this broker tweaked. If you don't know what tweak means, that means it did something stupid. That's all tweak means. Or you can search the Urban Dictionary. Right. But have an impulse, waiting for a correction. I'd like to see two more legs form here and give me a better setup and give me more confirmation off that level that I'm looking for price to reject off of. I would say price also still has the potential to come down lower and test this area down here, which is about the 61.8. The current level that I'm looking to buy off of is the 38.2. Now, with this opportunity, I'd be looking for it to break this level and continue pushing up, essentially, right? I'm really looking for an impulse to continue all the way up to this level after this, and possibly forming an ascending channel as it gets closer to that area. So for this move, I'd be looking for an 8-to-1. Now, initial targets that I'd be looking for are going to be this high here, which would be the, hold on, yep, it's 8-to-1, which would be which at that level, or pretty much when this high is broken here for that beginning of the correction, that's when I'll move my stop loss to break even, and then once price breaks the next high, I'd move my stop loss into profit below the previous low that was created, right? And as that happens, or if it happens, you'll notice how I do that, because I'll send it out in the Discord server. If you're not in the Discord server, go ahead, click the link in the description to join that, and you get access to every single chart that I talk about on here, and every single chart that I bring up throughout the week. That's where I keep track of it at, basically, in D4X analysis. But let's go ahead and mark this up. Oh, I forgot I made a stream section, so I don't get on the wrong broker. Oops. Okay, so this part of the stream, I usually do a full markup so you guys understand how I view the market, or how I break down the market, and essentially what I'm thinking in my head. If anything's not clear, don't be afraid to type in live chat, like we can talk. Also, if you do have any pairs that you want me to go over before the end of the call, go ahead, type it in live chat, so I'll be sure to go over it before the call ends. Alright, so now, if you don't know my strategy, essentially what I do, I box price in and react to it, and all that means is, like, I start on my higher time frames, I work my way down, and figure out basically where the market wants to go ultimately. And the way that I do that is basically by following price action. Price action is really, really simple. The way that I see the market, price makes an impulsive move, just strong aggressive moves, strong pushes, those type of pushes that everyone wants to catch. They tell me the direction the market wants to go. So if I get a strong push up, the market's telling me that it wants to go up. If I get a strong push down, the market's telling me that it wants to go down. Now after that, I'm looking for a corrective phase. And what a corrective phase is just small consolidating candles moving the opposite direction of the impulse. So if the impulse went up, I'm looking for the correction to come down. If the impulse went down, I'm looking for the correction to go up overall. Right? So something like this. And then after that correction forms, I'm looking at a level for where it could reject. I won't go into that. But if it rejects that level, I'll look for a continuation this way, and that's the move that I'm looking for. And that continuation is essentially the new impulse. All right. Ooh. Oh, I forgot I have to hit control. All right, so I'll go ahead and look at a few examples of that before I dig into this. I'll just find two bullish and two bearish if my mouse wants to work with me. I know it's charged. I don't know why it's acting this way. Those are good. Yeah, let's keep it simple. All right. So here. here we have an impulse, here we have a correction, and then there we got our continuation. And that continuation is our new impulse. We got a correction. There's a continuation, correction, continuation, correction, continuation, all the way down until those are a reversal pattern, right? And this whole thing's a reversal pattern right there. And then after that, we got an impulse going up, and we got a correction coming down, and then just back and forth, pretty much, right? So that's how I look at the market. That's how I look for my opportunities in the market. And there's always a little spice to figure out where you want it, where I'm trying to enter at. And I will say, like, having a strategy, or like I say taking someone else's strategy, is difficult to do, because you may not see the market like they do, and also it's, you don't know how much work they put in, right? Because they didn't just watch a YouTube video, or they didn't just hop on a Zoom call. Someone taught them a strategy, and then the next day they were just making profit. that person had to put in work too. So any type of strategy or any type of outlook anyone gives you, definitely recommend back testing it for yourself, seeing if it works, get your own numbers on it, and if you like it, go ahead, critique it so it's more fit to you, so that's unique, and like you know how to take advantage of it and improve it yourself. Okay, but anyway, a box price in, have an uptrend here, and price is above the uptrend. As long as price is above the uptrend, I'm going to continue looking for buys. If price breaks down below the trend line, I'll go ahead and begin looking for sales. I have a demand zone here, and right now just looking for price to continue up. And okay, the market's always playing with us, trying to confuse us and everything. Well, hold on. We're acting as if I'm not in a, we're acting as if I'm not in a position right now because I'm marking up to find a new opportunity. My bad. But you know what? I brought it up. I might as well talk about it. So the position I'm holding here right now, price came up to this level and it's rejected the level so far. There's no reversal pattern yet though. So since there isn't a reversal pattern, I don't really care that it's rejecting that area. Price just has the potential to form a continuation pattern and then continue pushing past that level until there's a reversal pattern. There's no need for me to exit, unless of course price impulsively breaks the trend line. If price does that, then I exit. But no reversal pattern, like no worry, no stress. So have this uptrend. There's nothing to really do here. We just have a big impulse and we have 2 legs of a correction. Third leg would be nice if price comes down here and gives a buying opportunity. In that case, it would form a triangle, which pretty nice. It's a pretty nice setup. Something like that. Price comes down about to that. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful actually. Price comes down and then gives a nice opportunity possibly to that area. I believe I have an area right before that price could come to. Yeah. Test that area, but price does have the potential to come all the way up to that monthly level that I have up there. And since I didn't say this on this call yet, every single line that I draw on the chart is a zone. It's not just a line. I'm not looking for price to hit that line exactly. All I'm looking for price is coming to that general area, no matter what line it is on my chart. Just be in that general area, and I'll be looking for opportunities, like I said at the beginning, those impulses and corrections at those areas. Right? And essentially, what the lines are telling me, this uptrend is telling me every time price comes here, look for an impulse up and a correction that's coming down. And if price is below this trend line, it's telling me look for an impulse down and a correction, confirming that it wants to go down. If price is above, like hits this area, looking for impulse up, correction, continuation up. Prices hits this area, look for impulse down, correction, and look for it to continue down. All right, hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, just let me know, and I'll just explain it again. All right, but right now off the daily, like we could pretty much stop here off the daily because this is a really nice setup. And my setup currently is off the 4 hour. And so this is actually a different opportunity for me to get in again. But what I'd like to see is price come down to the bottom of this triangle. Semi-bottom, whatever. Yeah, we'll say the bottom. The bottom of the triangle. And then I'll look for it to push off of that and continue up. There's a nice little level that I see off the daily that it can reject off of. And off that area, that's where I would look to buy. And I'd look to buy up to this up to this supply zone, which is 133.037, about that area. And if you guys want to know the pips on it, we can go ahead and figure that out by a quick little boy right there. It's about 360 pips. So not it's not a huge move, but it's a big enough move, and there's an opportunity to really get a really tight stop loss, especially with what I was seeing earlier this morning. So the R should be really, really good with all that information. All right, and here off the 4 hour time frame, you can see that price is moving correctively up, forming that second leg. We're looking for this third leg to be formed, and right here, about at this area where I will set the alert at right now, that is where I would like to buy it at. Okay, let's see how close this is to let's see how close this is to my markup that I did this morning. Pretty similar. The zone is a bit high off the 38. I would still like to pay attention to that area if a pattern forms off of that area, but if it doesn't, I will adjust it to the 61.8 that I talked about earlier. All right, so that is EJ. I'm gonna go ahead and take a screenshot and send it out to you guys. Should we do it off this, or should we do it off the 4 hour time frame? You know what? I'm gonna do it off the off this time frame. Let me send that out. Oh, no way. Oh, Okay, my bad. I forgot to turn off Discord on OBS. Okay, daily triangle pattern. Looking for price. To test the bottom of the pattern again. Boogie said about 360 pips, right? Alright, and the entry area. $129,398. Alright guys, so just in and out, if you don't see it, that means you're not in the Discord server. Hit the link in the description to join the Discord server. Alright, so that's your JPY. We have one more GU. Again, if you have any pairs you want me to go over or any questions at all, I'm willing to answer them as long as you type in the live chat so I can read it. Let's go to GU. Okay, so on GU, if you remember from last week, I was looking for a sell on this actually, and today it actually just broke the trend line that I said if it breaks, I'm going to be closing my position when not looking for that sell anymore. It did break, so I closed the position and I'm not looking for that sell anymore. Right, and I sent that out earlier today around 5 or so, like around 5:30 I think. And yeah, so now I'm looking for buys at the moment. All right, but this is the previous markup. We can see, let's see, it's under this trend line, so there's still a potential, but since like the criteria that I was looking for got invalidated, I'm not going to continue looking for that sell unless like further sell confirmation comes. And let's go ahead and look at my chart right now so you can see exactly what I'm looking at or what I'm looking for. So here at the moment I'm seeing, or actually what I've been seeing, I talked about this on the last live stream. I was actually looking for this sell to come down and move correctively and form essentially a double bottom here before giving us this buying opportunity, because here off the daily we have a nice impulse, a bullish flag here, and price is pushing up. And with GBP gaining strength at the moment, I'd look for it to continue pushing up. The dollar right now is a little iffy. It needs to decide what it wants to do. It's in consolidation at the moment, but ultimately I also see the dollar going up. So while the dollar is figuring out what it wants to do, GBPUSD or the pound has an opportunity to basically gain some significant strength and push cable up. And let's go down to the 4 hour so you can see my setup, or my fault, the 1 hour. And I just sent this out as well with the details and all, so you can go ahead and review that if you want to. Basically look for a retracement to the 50, or really tracement to the 50, and if we get that and with a pattern, I'll look to buy and look for it to be an 8-to-1 opportunity to the previous high. All right, just looking to catch the trend going up. All right, let's do a full markup on this. Oops, my gosh. I meant to say my fault. All right, starting on the monthly, working our way down. Same thing, rinse and repeat all day long. Gonna go ahead, find our highs, areas we're looking to sell at, and find our lows, areas we're looking to buy at. And see that we have an uptrend here and price is approaching that sell area. Once price gets to that sell area, it'll be prime time to look for selling opportunities. But until then, we're looking for buys until price gets up to that area. At least that's what I will be doing. All right, so very strong uptrend, or very, yeah, we'll say, nah, I don't want to say strong. We have a long-term uptrend that has happened here. How about that? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and draw it. Until that uptrend is broken, I'm going to keep looking for buys. When the uptrend does break, or if the uptrend breaks, we'll begin looking for sells. Nothing else to draw there. Going down to our daily time frame, we can go ahead and adjust that a little bit. It's kind of off. Rather, can I make it tight? No, it kind of digs into that one. Yeah, so I'll just connect it. I'll keep the connection here for now. And gonna go ahead and draw a new demand zone. If you don't know why I'm drawing this, you can see right here, price has rejected, came down, price rejected, came down, and we know basically support resistance areas. That's what I'm pretty much treating these lines that I'm drawing as. Again, as areas, not just lines. So once price is broken through it, what was once resistance now it becomes support, or how I say what was once supply now becomes demand. And in that area, I'm looking for buying opportunities instead of selling opportunities because price is above it instead of below it now. All right, pretty simple concept. You can see on a lower time frame we have a trend, but if we just look at the daily and we just look at daily structure, we have a very strong impulsive move and we have this very large daily corrective pattern. We're looking for this to actually continue up to this level if it breaks this high here. All right, so just looking for buying opportunities on lower time frame just to potentially ride this up if it continues up, right? Has potential to come down because it hasn't broken this high just yet, but I don't really see it continuing down, at least at the moment. But like the market will show its hand eventually. All right, and then to avoid drawing, don't yell at me, Alexa, please. So to avoid drawing a ton of lines, gonna go ahead and draw an uptrend here and just keep it that simple. All right, we're on an uptrend. Now we're looking for impulses and corrections. I see small impulses and corrections, and since they're really small, I'm assuming they're going to be on the 1 hour time frame. So instead of looking for an opportunity on the 4 hour, I'm going to look for an opportunity on the H1 and find where I want to execute at. Now, if you have trouble seeing my setup, this is basically these are perfect examples of my setup. Have an impulse, a correction, came down to a support resistance level, shot up. An impulse, a correction, came down to a support resistance level, shot up. And now I have an impulse that is forming. I'd like this impulse, after the impulse, to turn into a correction to a support or resistance level. And guess what I wanted to do? Yeah, you got it right. Shoot up. I wanted to shoot up. Now stop loss isn't defined just yet. I need more information before I can define it. But targets can be defined. My initial target is going to be this high here. this high, and honestly, I know it has pretty strong potential to break through, so it could be higher. But once that SL is established, I'll be able to tweak everything a little bit more. And if you go to, since I've already posted in the Discord, you can already see it, so no need for me to mark this or send this out right now. Alright guys, those are all my pairs. It looks like you guys have no pairs that you want me to go over. What a shame. Let's look at UJ real quick. Just gonna give my usual my usual like quick skim over UJ. Looks like that UJ buy happened for us, and it happened pretty significantly. Another opportunity. We have a nice impulse here. We have a beautiful correction. Here's another buying opportunity. Like always, like the trend of just whatever year this is, 2021, just buy UJ. Buy UJ and you'll be alright. Where's the actual area that I have this going to? Oh, it's just right there. So you're not gonna get the huge move, but it's a decent move. And right now, like, the yen is just losing strength, so till the yen reverses, and keep buying. I'd keep buying. If I was trading this pair, I would not sell. But that's me, and it's not on my list, so I'm not doing any of that. Alright guys, so appreciate you guys hopping on. Hope you guys like the little overlay that I started added. And again, this week I'm going to every weekday 7 a.m. testing out how that is to do live streams. And if you like it, let me know. If everyone likes it, I'll go ahead and continue doing it. Also, if I like it, I'll continue doing it. But also hold me accountable. Make sure I'm waking up on time and getting here when I'm supposed to be. Basically not making any excuses. But appreciate you guys. Catch you later. Hey, hold on. Don't forget to hit that like button, man. Hit the like button.